So the scenario we're going to be playing is scenario number 5, incoming. It is going to be no kill box. You have to get 5 points to win. You get 1 point for dominating your friendly zone, 1 for controlling the enemy zone, 2 for dominating the enemy zone. You can also get 1 for destroying the enemy objective. Hey there, this is Malorian, and this will be another battle report, and this one will be a pretty crazy one. So it is going to be on my side running Darius. Now, this has been a list I've been running the run for a long time. When I first got into Signar, Darius was my first caster. I really liked the idea of running lots of jacks, and I quickly learned that Centurions are pretty awesome with Darius. Now, this is his tier list. It's a tier 3. I'm going to be getting Pathfinder in first turn, no big deal there. If I take 2 units of Sword Knights, I get a free UA, and as long as I take no lights, all my heavies are a point cheaper. So what I got on the list here is 5 Centurions, a Hammersmith, and then 2 min units of Sword Knights, plus a UA. So lots and lots of beef here. Again, with his feat, if you don't kill stuff, they just get fully healed. With full throttle, I can be very effective and efficient to get them up the board. And yeah, it should be really interesting. Meanwhile, on the other side, now, okay, guys, I know that it's been bugging you that I've been running or doing battle reports where there's unpainted models and stuff like that, but, you know, hopefully you can enjoy in this one that we're going so janky that there's a lot of models here that just aren't painted. And unfortunately, in this one, too, I'm going to say there's also 2 proxies. So we were really talking about some Madrak tech, and the whole idea was about, you know, a lot of times running up there with Fen Blades, and then you pop feet and they attack there. Well, it'd be a lot more effective and interesting if you did this with lights. So we have a whole bunch of lights here with Reach. It's going to be Madrak running 3 Axers, 2 Impalers, and also a Bouncer. Now, there's also Rock as well, so that he can be giving out that Primal wherever you need it. And so this is going to be kind of like a lot of beef that you got to try and chew through. And at the same time, they can really do a lot with the feet. On top of this as well, there's also going to be the Stone Bearers, the max unit with the Chronicler. There's also going to be Troll Moses and min unit of the Krail Bearers, not the Krail Bearers, the Krail Warriors, just to kind of run up there and do their thing. So really looking at the layout here, I won the initiative and I really want to go first so I can get up the board. And really what this list is designed to do is to be a real grindy list. I want to get in there and all my heavies are supposed to stay together and just grind away. Well, I can't do that because I got to split up and there's also a swamp in the center. Well, luckily, because of the terrain, I'm actually wondering if I can get this one with a scenario. Because on the right side, with that building, I can use it to my advantage to kind of lock out my opponents with a triple phalanx of Centurions with Fortify on the middle one so that they can't be moved or anything. And it'll be very hard for them to get in the zone. So I'm going to be pushing for that, but as well, really just trying to hold down his zone and seeing what I can do with this list. So I get first turn. It's actually pretty simple. Darius gives no focus. He puts Fortify onto Centurion number 4. You can see the numbers on the back there. Then I'm also going to put up full throttle. He moves up. He's going to be craning up the Hammersmith. Hammersmith is going to run up. All the Centurions run up. Really everything runs up. And that's the first turn. By the way, the objective is mine is fuel and his is fuel as well. Because, hey, when you have this many jacks and beasts, it just makes sense. Alright, so on his turn, he's really kind of bricking up here. I thought he'd be kind of more spreading out, but he definitely is kind of coming together here, and I think he's wanting to see which way I'm going to go, and so how much he wants to dedicate, but right now I don't believe any spells are up. He really just threw a lot of fury into the stone, and just kind of getting up the board there. So on my turn, looking at this, I want to use my Sword Knights to jam up and get in his face. I was really wondering what to do with the Centurions. whether I want to walk up in polarity field or whether I want to be really pushing this. And I just want to be safe. I don't want him to jump on me and get the advantage because I know he has rush and he can get a lot of stuff onto me. So I think I'm going to play this a little bit careful with the Hammersmith being the lead, which is normally the plan. So that's what I do. I upkeep, fortify. I don't really need to do much with full throttle because I was around my fuel here. And so I only need to allocate, I think it was one focus to let something run. But either way, you can see here, the Sword Knights on the right really trying to plug up that hole. Then I had the Hammersmith there. The 3 Centurions just went up and they did their polarity shield there. So they're just kind of safe. The Centurion number 2 was moved up with a crane, and then he went up into polarity shield, and then meanwhile the other Centurion, which he's the not marked one because he's my original Centurion, he just kind of runs to where he is. And of course Sword Knight's kind of just like getting a spot on the left where they won't really be attacked and they can countercharge after. So on his turn, this turn really takes a long time for him, and that's going to be because it's really, first of all, it's a brand new list, really janky, and he wants to be very careful with the way he's going to be loading this out. So we're not actually playing with Death Clock, but just to let you know about this. In the end, what he does is, I really thought he was going to come at me and explode and pop feet and all these things, but he actually played it very, very kind of close to the chest. The Impalers went up, they went for crits, but didn't get it, got a little bit of damage. He had the 1 Axer, he has Warpath up now, so Warpath is actually going to be pretty interesting with this many models, but the way it's going to work is that one of the Axers charges into the Sword Knights, is able to kill 2 of them, and then kind of Warpaths up right into them, which I thought was going to lead to a feat, but again, he didn't really go for it. He kept really back and kind of conservative. And what that means to me is first of all, I'm kicking myself for having nothing in the left zone because I could be scoring now. But if nothing else, it'll be very easy for me now to start the scoring train. The way that I see it is I'm going to be trying to go with the Hammersmith. It's going to be going and trying to smash and then chain attack, smite that 1 Axer back into his lines. The 3 Centurions are going to run up. I'm just going to jam them there on the right and get 2 control points right away. And so that's really what I do. I allocate my focus out there where I need it. I need 3 on the Hammersmith, and in sort of I can boost all those attacks. Otherwise, I need to put some out. Again, the objective was helping getting most of my models to where I need them. So I believe I had to put 1 on the 2 other jacks and then upkeep. So there's my 6th focus. But really, the first thing that happens is I go up with the Sword Knights and give him 3 free strikes just because I need them out of the way, and he misses 2 of them. So I have 2 guys up there that are kind of blocking him already. Then the Hammersmith is this thing, and he's going to be hitting twice and beat back, and then chain attack smite. He's going to hit 1 Axer into another Axer. Then the trio of Centurions are going to run up, and so the middle one has fortify, and so he's kind of fortifying all 4 there right now for not being able to be moved or anything like that. Otherwise, then Darius is going to run into the zone. I have 1 half jack kind of also there in the tip of the zone to kind of make things tougher. 1 Centurion charged into the Lancer on the left, did some damage there, and otherwise the Sword Knights could have actually did a charge run, but I just kind of went at him. I decided just to run, a little bit stupid, a little bit lazy, but I just kind of block him in there, so I have a line of Sword Knights keeping him there, and then some more held back in reserve. And then talking about reserves, I also have another Centurion that just walked up and did a polarity shield. So with this, I score 2 points, and I'm in a very good position. He is going to have it really hard to get into my zone, and if he doesn't, I'm going to be pretty much at 4 points on my next turn. So on his turn, Rock is going to be turning into that Maple Leaf token there, just because it's going to be harder to see. But Rock is going to be coming up, destroying. He's going to get primaled. He's going to destroy the Hammersmith, and then Warpath up to where he is. You see him there. Another Axer, the one that's the Son of Bragg guy there, that's in the swamp. He's also going to get primaled and try and do some attacks against me, but really not very significant damage against the Centurions on the right. Maybe 6 points here and there, but nothing super serious. He is going to be having the Bouncer that comes after and basically just runs after the Centurion on the left, the bottom one. Otherwise, between Madrak and some other stuff, he destroys the Centurion that was at the tip of the zone, so I'm down 2 heavies so far, but hey, I got 4 left. This was also his feet turn, so all of his guys make extra attacks and do some extra damage around, but I'm not really too worried because what's going to happen here is I'm going to pop feet and fix all my Centurions. So he did get into the left zone, so I don't score there, but I do score on my own zone again for dominating, and now it's going to be 3-0. I'm going to be in a very good spot because dealing with the right side, 2 of his heavies here, 2 of his beasts rather, can't even do anything next turn but frenzy. So I'm going to have a pretty simple time just trying to kill what I want and just waiting this out. So that's what I do, and so basically this is going to be my feet turn. I'm going to heal my guys up. I remove my last Sword Knight on the right, so he's on base to base with the rock, so he'll be the target for the frenzy. Otherwise, I start stabbing the one Axer that was over here and kill it, take it off the board. Also kill off the other Krill Warrior. Do a little tiny damage to the other Axer. Again, I don't really care because I know he's just going to frenzy. And so with this, again, I'm really holding back with Darius. I'm going to dominate, and now it's going to be 4-0, so things are looking really, really good. If I could actually manage to kill this model on the left, I'd actually win. But hey, you know, he's pretty high armor with the stone and all that stuff going on in his shield. So I come up here with the Centurion and my Sword Knights. They're going to get flank going, but I don't quite kill them. I don't know how many I leave them on. It's probably like 6 or 7 or something. But nope, the game keeps on going. But either way, I'm feeling really, really good the way this is sitting. So on his turn, he is 2 Beasts Frenzy. The one kills the Sword Knight. The other one just kind of hits Centurion and doesn't do too much. And then he starts going on the left side. He's trying to go after some Sword Knights. I keep on forgetting the banner that ran to the top, and he keeps on missing it. So kind of funny, he's just kind of hanging out there. But either way, the left side doesn't really get too much done. Throw some Krails into the zone just to lock things down. Otherwise, what he does here was kind of interesting, where he makes a line with his Stone Bear so that there's room for Madrak to charge through it, and also they're there for his whole Grim Salvation. And then between the one Axer that came over here, which one was it? The one on the bottom, I think it was, they are able to kill off the Centurion on the bottom, and then between Warpaths and the bottom Axer just doing rush and walking into the zone, he now has 2 Axers into the zone. So I really thought he could only get 1, but hey, I mean, Warpath is doing lots for him this game. And then the thing that makes it even worse is that there's a tiny little sliver between the rock in the building, and so the Impaler is able to go for a snipe shot, gets the crit, and slams back Darius 5 inches. So where I really thought I'd also have him to attack whatever goes in the zone, now it's going to be really hard to get him back. And I'm in a very tough spot here, and I have a couple of options. First of all, on the left, he has 4 models in the zone, and I have 4 attacks. So if I get lucky, I could win that way. I can't get anything to his objective, so I can't destroy it and win that way. I could try killing these 2 Axers, but that's a lot of beef when they're, you know, armor 20, I believe, underneath the stone, and so that would be very difficult. I could also try and assassinate Madrak. Now, Madrak is sitting on no transfers. He has 4 models for Grim Salvation. I could charge over, because I can only allocate to Centurion number 6, and so I could charge in after I allocate 1 or whatever to him, and start doing like the jackhammers, so I could get some attacks that way, but I don't know, the whole assassination didn't look good to me. So what my plan was then was, of course, do my attacks on the left, see if I get, you know, win the lottery and kill those 4 models, and if not, I'm going to be allocating 1 to Centurion number 6. He's going to come over, do a push attack, because I'm stronger by 2, to push the Son of Brag Axer out of the zone, and then really the other one will just come down, try and attack the bottom Axer. I can go and do a bunch of jackhammers, and as long as that guy dies, which by the math he should, I'm going to win. So unfortunately, when I go and do this, first of all, the part works where the half jacks get out of the way. I come down, I do my push attack. It pushes him out of the zone, so that works out well. Then I start coming over here and I start doing my jackhammers to the other axer, and I roll like crap. I had one roll that was all right, but overall I missed one, which you kind of expect, and then just a lot of bad rolls. So I leave this axer alive. The last Centurion there comes up to try and stab him, and I'm like a millimeter out. So I fail, and I'm in a very, very bad spot, because now he's just going to destroy me. So overall, this is what the board looks like. Really, the left side, that was a complete fail. I didn't even kill the one bouncer. It's just miss and bad rolls, and there you go. So, yeah, kind of in a bad spot here, because, I mean, he has the one... All he needs to do, he already got some good damage on me with the Impaler, so if he gets one of those axes to me, it's over. And that's what he does. Really, Rock does his thing, puts Primal on himself, kills both of the Centurions, because one had his back to it, so no shield, and the other one, its shield out was already from his free strike it had to take. So, yeah, the Axer comes over here, and after a couple attacks, I go down. So, really, man, I almost could not believe I lost this one because I was in such a good situation. You know, if it was Death Clock, I could have won that, but we weren't playing Death Clock because we were playing new lists. But, man, I thought I really had this. Looking back on the game, you know, maybe, I mean, of course, math kind of messed it up at the end, but, you know, maybe I should have gone for the assassination instead. That would have been one option. The other option, too, is in that one turn where I ignored Rock, and because he was just going to berserk anyway, well, maybe I should have killed him, because taking him off the table was taking his biggest, hardest hitter off the board. It takes Primal out of the equation. So, you know, maybe I should have gone for the whole attrition thing, but I really thought I was going to have it on scenario. I mean, when you're up 4-0 and have 3 Centurions in a building blocking out the zone, you feel pretty safe. But either way, I am really liking the list. It's something I could easily paint up and use, you know, for fun. And it's, you know, it's not ultra competitive, but it's competitive enough that I feel okay bringing it out. So either way, hopefully you guys like watching this crazy jank, and we'll catch you later. Bye.